All right, we're back, and we're in the lobby. Players are already ready to go, so we're going to hop into game number 1 of brand new best of 3. SolO versus TLO. It's going to be a ZvZ, and the winner of this goes on to fight against Alive in those grand finals. The hottest Cheeto ever, says BaseTradeTV. Which StarCraft 2 unit would you get as a neck tattoo if you had to get one? Huh. That's actually a really interesting question. First off, I want to... We're going to put this all on the lines, guys. I would never get a tattoo. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I think, oh, they don't look good or they look trashy or anything like that. I'm just straight up a pussy. I think tattoos look amazing, and I wish I had the guts and the pain threshold to get one. I'll think about that question. I'll try and get an answer to you. But for now, spawning in the top left side of the map, in a brand new best of 3, it's going to be the red Zerg player, Root Gaming's SolO. And in the bottom right, it's going to be the blue Zerg. I don't know why it's going to say Protoss. It's Team Liquid's TLO. And of course, it's always better when you see TLO repping blue. It just associates with Team Liquid so much better. Now, this is, of course, the Corsair Cup you guys are tuning in for. Every month since December, Corsair's been hitting us up with 4 tournaments every single month. A little bit of prize for the players. A lot of cool play for us to watch and see in training grounds for anybody who wants to really, really practice. Super grateful to them. And if you guys want to show your appreciation, the best ways to do it, they love social media, guys. Tweet them pictures of your Corsair gear that you already own if you plan to buy any. First off, use the links down below because it lets them know that you came from BaseTradeTV. But secondly, take pictures of the gear you buy. Corsair loves seeing that stuff. I know I love seeing that stuff. I retweet the crap out of it. So make sure to do what you can to show that love. Now, as far as going back to the neck tattoo thing, I was thinking, I'm Terran, but there's not really a lot of Terran things you would really want to have on your neck. And the question is, like, where does it go on your neck, right? Like, is it the back of the base of your neck, like it's a tramp stamp for your head type thing? Do you go for something that's on the Adam's apple and looks really weird? Do you get just on the sides so you look like a true gangsta? I don't know. I think that if I had to pick a place, I would go for the side of the neck, because everywhere else just sounds like if you had to have somebody put a needle like to your Adam's apple, oh man, I can't. I'm literally wincing just thinking about it. But I think I would go for either a Reaper or an Infestor. Actually, if you did it right, you could probably do like an Infestor that goes along your Adam's apple, and so it looks like when your tongue comes out, it's like the neural parasite cord. I don't know. Anyways, TLO investing in a couple legs early on. Just gonna watching them walk across the map. It's gonna get a couple of drone kills for it. SolO unfortunately has to pull back, and now he has to decide: do I just give up the natural base, or what do I do? And in some situations, you'd pull drones, but he's feeling confident enough with his production to eventually deal with this. TLO will not be peeling off of this too easily. However, it's gonna take more than a couple legs. Queen comes out, full surround instantly with the Zerglings. First blood is certainly earned as that Queen gets demolished, and SolO really at this point maybe reacting too late. He's trying to wait till he's got the adequate amount of legs, but the hatchery's so damn low. TLO's just going to be able to hit this right away thanks to that speed, and he loses nothing for it. I want to point out the only thing TLO has lost minerals for this game is like, what did he do, an extractor trick? I don't know. He's down 6 minerals though. That's it. No actual units lost. This is a Queen and a hatchery puts SolO in a terrible spot. I was going to start talking about how SolO really is on the up and up of things. By the way, a player we don't usually see make it to the top 4. Making it to the top 4 is always a good sign, but then again, you got TLO who beats Bly, which is in itself a little unconventional, but secondly, he's just been on a tear with ZvZ recently. His series for the WESG German qualifiers were actually really fun to watch, really entertaining to see. As he gets to the main, he gets a couple more drone kills, nothing super crazy or devastating, but he also has to recognize SolO's got a big counterattack on the way. SolO, by the way, just take a gold base to make up for the natural die. We'll see if that's worth it or not, but TLO's going to make a couple of banelings and have to dance around back at home. Rifkin, do you have a scar on your arm? I broke mine last summer and had a plate with 7 screws in. I've got a massive scar on my elbow from where I fell over and broke my collarbone, but it shrunk a little bit. It's still pretty big. I'll show it off after we get out of game. Baneling's looking for some hits. Queen's dancing best they can. I mean, the Queens are almost baits at the end of the line here. He really wants to soak and have SolO overexpose himself, but also get that little bit of extra range to shoot the banelings. TLO also not focusing on the banelings might be a problem. One pops off for nothing, however. A bit of a manual detonation mistake. And TLO is just fending these off like crazy. This queen is seriously in den mother mode. Don't touch my babies! Oh, the baneling's being miscontrolled though. That's 2 of them for 1 ling each. That's really not cost effective. TLO also going to dart out for a small counterattack while this goes on. A couple banelings catch the newly transferred drones! Not the craziest damage, but still nice and very unexpected to say the least. SolO now running back home, a little bit scared that there's more coming, and rightfully so, because there is more coming. TLO snuck out more lings. I think he's going to try and sneak in some more banelings if given the opportunity, but gets on top of the minerals, shuts down some of that gold patch mineral mining, and this just gets more and more troublesome for SolO. Now, actually, I haven't been watching, but if we check the APM chart, yep, there you go, guys. TLO. Like I said, it's the only time I really like using the APM chart. Spiking at 1,500 actions per minute. I want to explain, as we always do on these casts, TLO does not actually move that fast. No human being can. A lot of this has to do with a bug in the way he handles his control groups, and for some reason, StarCraft 2 freaks the hell out about it. So, yeah, as much as I like to imagine TLO having the crazy, like, butterfly dancing, super fast hummingbird wing beating, fingers flying across the keyboard, it's not quite what happens. Baneling straight up for Baneling. Still another Baneling here for TLO. If we can get this on top of the lings, that'll be the best case scenario. But the Queen gets a nice pick off. Surround goes on the Queen. Transfuse goes into her. She's still going to die. Gets a big hit on the lings. And now TLO takes a massive lead when it comes to this fight. Gets another Queen for it. SolO's got roaches on the way. And maybe, just maybe roaches can be enough to give him a game here. But I really don't think that'll be the case. TLO is sitting happily on so many workers. His mining has been uninterrupted for so long. And while the worker count is somewhat similar, as we can clearly see, the income is not the case. What is this? Blunderful guy says, BaseTradeTV, if I'm being honest though, you should get an upper chest and shoulder tattoo that goes halfway up around your neck that's an ultra tigerlisk with a giant fiery cannon coming out of its mouth. The only way I can think of that being topped is if we put a space shark that it's riding upon with lasers attached to it. That would be a totally rad tattoo. Weird suggestions coming in the chat for that tattoo question, by the way. I don't even want to read some of these. Looks like we got some Ravagers being morphed in. I'd say typically you only really want at most like 2 of these, and a big part of that's just because they are a bit of a waste when it comes to... They're easily surrounded, they're killed, the Corsair Bile doesn't usually hit. You want to push back Overlords the majority of the time, but SolO is investing in about 5 of them. I don't think 5 is bad, but I think this might be a little too much. Ling's darting through to confirm that there's still no natural base, by the way. So TLO not only has his own gold base, but his natural's humming along. He's sitting on 49 drones, and, well, SolO's coming across the map with an admirable force. Make no mistake, this is actually a pretty scary push coming out of SolO. TLO not only has the option to lose a lot, like he can pull off a gold base, sacrifice it entirely, and still be okay due to his natural if he needs to buy time, but I don't think he does. His army looks like it's pretty much ready to go. What's this from Riomar? Says, hey Rifkin, I killed my whole Warhammer 40k group last weekend. You want to join? What, you killing me? I don't want to be part of your death squad of suicidal maniacs. Also, yo, Ultramarines for life. Terminator squad. For the Emperor! And I wish I had the money to sustain a Warhammer 40k hobby like In Control does, Riomar and others. Warhammer 40k is seriously cool, but it's too expensive. Banelings don't get to go off in the legs. A little bit bad there, so TLO gets fully surrounded. Corrosive Biles dropping from the sky. It's hard to tell who's going to win this fight, but I think it's going to be TLO. He's got the +1 weapons, the defender's advantage. Lings run right back in, and SolO was really on a one-hit wonder train to try and win this game, but he's not going to be able to do it. TLO does push this back. GG's get called. TLO takes map 1 here in the semifinals. But it will, of course, be loser's pick, so SolO will at least have map advantage, just something he might be more comfortable playing with. You guys want to see my scar? So here's the story for those that don't know. About a month and a half to 2 months ago, I broke this collarbone, this elbow, which funny enough has no scars on it, and this wrist. This wrist is still not so good, and I'm taking physical therapy for the wrist. I still can't do a lot of things with it. Kind of sucks. SolO map. But the scar is on this elbow, and it's not the biggest scar anymore, but when I had this from the accident, it actually reached all the way out here. You can kind of tell that the skin's a bit discolored, but it's healed up enough that like it's only really the center of the scar that's the bad part. Let me create this frost. The worst scar I have, though, on my entire body, I can't actually show you guys too easily. When I was young, my right knee was fully impaled by a piece of sharpened wood. It was an accident, and I don't want to go too much into it other than that, but I had your leg and then the wood sticking through it like that. They had to remove it, but back then, they also, you know, I'm like 9 years old. I don't really know how stitches work. Nobody's telling me anything, and I'm just kind of overall scared. Oh, Lappy bug. So when they're like trying to come in with these needles, even though I've got this thing on my leg, I'm like more scared of the needles than the piece of wood sticking out my leg. I started flailing around. It made it worse. So they ended up not being able to put stitches in it, which made it heal with a horrendously terrible scar. And that's why I don't wear shorts that go... I always wear really long shorts because that's actually something I'm super self-conscious of. It's like this nasty-ass scar on my knee. So it's smaller now that I'm older, and it's not as big of a deal, but... I don't like scars. I know some people think they're really cool. I'm not a fan of scars. There's actually that fad where people were scarring. They would like cut designs into themselves, like on their back and stuff. And the way it healed was supposed to be like the art. That is no fucking go for me. But all right. Sorry. What was map again? Had to relog, so I lost it. SolO. I think it's a frost. Frost. All right, let's get into it. Just get a tattoo of a giant broodlord spread out across your back. If I was a Zerg player, maybe. I play Terran / random, man. Like Zerg is at best like 30% of my play. But okay, we got the lobby going up now, getting some small hiccups and issues, but looks like it's going just dandy now. BaseTradeTV, I think the Zerglings from the cinematics and the Hydras are the most epic and cool looking Zerg for tattoo. Yeah, hang on, let's go to the break screen for a second. We're not actually going to a break. But look at that Hydralisk, right? How fucking cool is that? Why does the Hydralisk in-game look nothing like this? It is so not badass compared to this. Come on, spin to the front already. I literally picked like the worst time for it to have spun around. There we go. Here we go. Like those look so cool. The in-game ones are kind of meh. Anyways, I want to do some self-promotion while we get into this game. If you guys haven't already and didn't know, we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/BaseTradeTV, and I will say about 90% of the content there is just us uploading VODs. So, hey, if you missed a game, it's a great place to go check it out. We also host it in a spoiler-free format. Yay! But more importantly, we do put up some very specific YouTube-only content, and some of that is going to be a lot of the co-op play, a lot of it's vlogging. So, for example, the video I recorded with Nathanius before the cast today, I'll be uploading to YouTube once we're done, because obviously it would lag me out if I was doing it now. So, hopefully you guys will go check it out, subscribe, and enjoy. That being said, spawning here. Actually, what I would recommend is on our YouTube, we actually have some seriously sick... Like, some of our highest viewed videos are actually legitimately sick things, and I would recommend perusing through all of them. But anyways, top right side, he's down, but he's going for cheese. He's going to try and make up for that last game. It's SolO. And the top left side is going to be the blue Zerg player, Team Liquid's TLO. He's currently up 1 game in this series. And it was a pretty nice game at that, too. Oh man, I guess we got some new viewers. A lot of people asking about the accident. So I was going downhill on my bicycle and completely went over the handlebars, guys, at high speeds. It was not fun. And it incapacitated me for a while, but my sanity was kept clear thanks to some of the people on stream. Zombie ran a fundraiser. We had aimed for $500. You motherfuckers helped us raise $4,000. So instead of getting like 3 days of nursing, I had full 2 weeks of recovery taken care of. It was a lot less stressful. I was so worried I was going to go into like a depression, but no, none of that happened because you guys were way too generous and helped me get through all of that. And that's a big part of why the physical therapy is taken care of too. The physical therapy is actually the worst part because it's long and tedious, and like, here's a weight that basically weighs 2 pounds, aka a feather. I need you to lift and drop this 400 fucking times. By the way, that'll be $300. Thanks for the hour. Like, I hate physical therapy, guys, but I know it needs to be done. SolO does not get a great scout. He's going to the wrong corner of the map. This was a ballsy move to do. On a 4-player spawn map, this could have spawned anywhere, and he gambles wrong. Now, will this give TLO enough time? I'm actually thinking yes. Well, SolO may have a couple of Banelings, and he's going to have speed on his side. TLO's going to have at least 2 Queens out. He's going for a Spine Crawler. I mean, he doesn't know for certain what's going on, but he's playing it ultra safe. And actually, no, I take that back. I didn't realize the Overlord in the bottom left actually scouted the Lings that were looking around for him. So TLO actually has a fantastic response to this. A second Spine Crawler looks like over-dedication, but believe you me, it's not. Picks off one of the Banelings morphing in too. That's a lot of time he just bought himself. He doesn't have the Lings to fight with. He's got to run that Queen around. Oh, not going to get it there. She's going to fight for her life and die for it, unfortunately. That being said, those 2 Spines finish up, and these Lings and Banelings are no longer an issue. TLO up 5 drones. 4 drones to start this fight off is already in a good place. He doesn't have speed coming, but doesn't need it. That's the advantage of range over speed. The Spine Crawler should be able to reach far enough to hit the Banelings, and so will the Queens. The Banelings of his own will deal with the Zerglings that would otherwise run past these buildings, and SolO is really not getting any... Where the fuck is that Zergling corpse going? He's not getting anything done that's going to end this game, unfortunately. I actually can't even see him breaking the ramp at this point. If he runs too far past, like if he says, screw it, I'll just go right by the Queen, there's Banelings up there waiting for him, and things will go very badly. TLO's actually feeling so confident in his defense that he just starts mining. He also pulls the Queen back to go kill the Overlord in the main. That Overlord very well may supply block SolO. He brings both Spine Crawlers down to the low ground too. Oh fuck. It's so loud. I hate you, whoever that is. I'll get to that in a second. As this, I really don't want to tab out right now. This is actually kind of scary because SolO, if he messes up here and dives in, he loses everything, and he's got nothing going for him. TLO, on the other hand, macros 10 drones above his opponent. He's going for a faster layer even. Evolution chamber on the front line. It's a bit of a wall off, but it's also going to be for upgrades. Furthermore, a Roach Horn will probably come down and create a even better choke. Alright, well, it looks like SolO's not going to do too much with this, so I can go check that out real quick. Riamar donated $25. Dude, thank you so much. He steals away that top donation spot with a top Korean caster. Riamar confirmed the best Korean caster today. I'm going to update that real quick. And then the message says, it's a grim and dark world. We are RPGing Dark Heresy. Man, every time actually, so Gears, not Gears, well, that's the point I was going to say. Warhammer, and particularly some of the D&D stuff I've been watching, they put sound in that's good. Like the Warhammer games have actually been phenomenal when it comes to their soundtracks. But I always think back to like the Gears of War trailers when it comes to these things, especially with D&D. And like the way they play those more like Sound of Silence for the new Gears of War, Mad World for like the first one, like they nail it. And I always like wish you could pair up that level of music matching with some of these D&D campaigns and Warhammer and otherwise. Like it's always so cool. Anyways, my nerding aside, this gets caught. This would have been fantastic if SolO had actually gotten away with these 2 Banelings. That might have been some very real damage. Unfortunately, again, TLO, he's been a little bit complacent with his Baneling control and has lost a lot of Banelings to like 1 Zergling here, 1 Zergling there. But it's not anything that's costing him series or games. He's coming across the map with roaches. He's even bringing some drones, and this isn't misclicking. I do believe he's going to build his own Spine Crawlers, and yeah, those are not SolO's Spine Crawlers that are queued up. Those are absolutely and definitely TLO's. Why did you go over the handlebars? You know what, guys? There's a ton of videos about my accident on YouTube. I really don't want to relive it right now on stream, so maybe it's another time for another day. But, yeah, you can go look this up if you're really curious. The Zerglings do get a surround of the roaches. I actually really thought those were going to be spines building from these drones. They're not. Those are spines walking across the map out of TLO. So what are his drones gonna do? He's gonna build a spore crawl. Oh, he's gonna snipe the overlords. I feel like at this point TLO's trolling a little bit. Love this guy to death. Okay, cancels into spines. That's a better choice. Because if you build spore crawlers, you can snipe overlords and supply block solo and just gonna have some fun with it. But spine crawlers are an actual legitimate thing to go for here. The roaches and ravagers, by the way, keep getting surrounded and it gets a little bit messy and it looks a little bit scary, but TLO doing things like morphing in low health roaches, making the full health ravagers, but also denying the ling hits. His auto attacks will immediately give up priority on anything transforming and start attacking the units that are actually attacking them. GG's get called though. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a really awesome finals in store. It's going to be TLO versus Alive in a TVZ best of 5 to finish off today's Corsair Cup cast. Oh boy, I will say I am pretty tired already. I think I really overdoing it for the 2v2 cast yesterday, not leaving me in a great spot for this today. I am going to take a little bit of a longer break while we get these finals set up. I'm dropping more frames as well, so I'm hoping that it will give the internet time to settle down. Honestly, I don't have a better answer. I don't know what's going on, but I am going to take a slightly longer break, so I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon.